Okay, so I put multiple coats of the paste wax on and heated it up. It melts into the metal, and you could see it looks like it draws it into the metal to seal it up. Now, that was probably like 2 coats. I probably should put a lot more, but in another video I'll show you all the vices that I've done in the past. I got a whole roll of vice. I got vices everywhere. But sometimes, eventually, after a year or something, it tends, when you get a lot of humidity, like you'll end up where you get some rust that shows up on them. So all I do is I take some like WD-40, you give a couple spritz on there, and then it's fine. So I think the paste wax kind of sealed it up, but I think you'd have to do multiple and more coats to totally build it up where it's totally sealed. But I'm not gonna stay here all day doing 20 coats of paste wax. I mean, I don't know, maybe it's 4 coats you're supposed to put. But anyway, I'm happy with the 2 coats. After that, like I said, in another so many weeks or a month or something, I'll probably give it a couple spritz of the WD and it'll be fine. So this is the part where I got the bearing grease. We're gonna grease up the screw, and then I have the parts where we're gonna start reassembling this. So you don't want to use a ton of grease. Okay, so now when I put the paste wax on, I only did, say, like the meatball with the handle. I didn't do the rest of this because that's going to have grease on it. There's really no need. So let's see, I do have a washer that's going to be going in here, so I'll make sure that I put a little grease on that before I slide it in. So here it goes. In fact, I can go ahead and this can go on like that. Okay, now the secret is to get the grease on there, but not get grease on everything else. So I'm going to take just a little bit, kind of grease up in here, because remember, we're going to be putting that nut sleeve back in there, and I want that sleeve to go in there nice. So just a thin layer. Okay, and then we're going to end up putting a light coat of either oil or grease. I'll probably put a little grease on the slide. So in here where the slide goes, I put a little, got those high bosses where the slide sets. So I put, it's like those rails that it slides on. And then in the front, those 2 slides, and then inside here. Okay, so there's a little bit, I'm going to put a little bit here just for the threads. Just a little bit where that washer's going to seat in there. And then a little bit in here. And it's just a little bit. Just so it slides nice and smooth. So At this point, I'll probably take one of the gloves off, and then we're gonna slide that in there. I still got the other glove on, so maybe I'll end up putting a different type of oil on the slide because I don't want that all gooey. So I have to put that nut here, that double nut. So let's try to do that now. Let me get another. That's that double nut. And it goes threads, would be threads first. Yeah, so threads down. See, like that. Actually, it would be threads last, so threads sticking out, because this is where you put your punch. So those 4 parts would be going out. So let me get grease on these. Okay, I still got some on the glove. Okay, so let's go ahead, put this on. Can see better. So I have to lift this up. I don't know if I can do this one-handed. That's too much. Yeah, that's too much. Maybe like that. Okay, so it starts. There it goes. See? Okay. So, and I already screwed up because I got to have that collar, this collar in there first. So let me back that off. There it goes. So I don't need that. So I'm going to get some grease on here. Okay. Remember, threads are to you because this other section does have threads, but they space them. So there it goes. Seeing it and sucking it in. Okay, so I'm going to get rid of that glove. Okay, and I have some punches. And we don't have to do this tight. You just want to snug it up. it's loose, it operates good. Okay, so the next, let's see what other parts we got. So we have the set screw, which goes in here, and I think there might be an indentation that this has to seat into, but we'll see how it sets, because I can probably back that collar off. Let me get a screwdriver. Okay, let's see, what did I do? Come on, baby. I think she's starting. Let me get you guys some more light. There it goes. How's that? So this doesn't look right. It looks like it's crooked. That's better. So when this goes in there, we might be able to back this collar off. The set screw is really what's holding it. I think that's fine. Okay, so this is pinned in there. Now we can probably go ahead. What else do we got? So we have the wedge, and we have that bolt that goes in the back. So, oh, and we have our sleeve. This is our nut sleeve. Okay, and where that piece is, that goes to the rear. So, let's see, we might need a little more of that grease, because this has to slide in. Okay, and it's even stamped on there, see, 4.5. So, okay, so remember where our wedge part goes, that goes to the rear, and that goes to the top. So that seats in there. Okay. Okay, there you go. So I think I'm going to use some just regular oil on this. Some WD-40. Okay, and then same thing with our wedge. So I'm trying to remember how that went. I think it went, like that, because it looks like there's a milled section on the back that matches this. Now I don't know if this, it looks like it was made like that. Interesting. Or did it go down in there? Maybe that's how it went. And it got pushed back in there. And then when this squeezes it down, it kind of pins it in. So okay, so that's a 3/4. Yep, and it just locks it in. It just puts pressure on it. Okay, I'll turn this. Alright, here we go. Okay, so I said I was going to put some oil on that. We're going to put some different type oil. I got some stuff with some Teflon. In other words, the WD-40 is so thin, it doesn't really coat on there good enough. So what I'm going to do is I should have done the top of that slide before I put that lead screw, right? We'll end up getting it. Actually, we're going to do some grease on the bottom. That's the only place on the slide I'm doing grease. Okay. And then to be able to get underneath there, I think what we're going to do is I'm going to stick this there you go. I think this rag has had it. Okay. Okay, here we go. And bring it over. Okay. So, I didn't put any grease inside that screw. Now I'm going to do it. Okay, now I'm going to stop the camera here, and then I'm going to kind of wipe up stuff, and then you'll get the end picture in a minute.